How to give your life a wow effect on a budget. The first steps to start your transformation. I'm Lula Morales. Let's talk about it.
When nothing really mattered, I could always count on you. Your touch will leave me breathless, so let me give it back to you.
Hello gentlemen and welcome back to my channel. In this video I will explain the steps to step up your game very quickly and become a high caliber man. The very first step that you can apply tomorrow on a budget. This video is for you if, like me, one day you had the impression that there was too big of a gap between who you were and who you wanted to be. This video is also for you if you want to become this man who goes from immediately make a strong impression on the people he meets. Well, I don't know about you, but I've been frustrating in my life because I had the feeling that we, and I say we as society, the opposite sex, etc., put a huge pressure on me to do everything. To work out, hustling all week, and of course being my own boss. But I also am pressured on having a social life, a boyfriend, etc. And I was resentful because I was like, but this is a game where we always lose. I am a woman with North African's origin living in France. Well, I used to live in France. And I have North African origin, no more others. And I don't know if you are, if you know about the racism in France about Arab people. I come from working class. I have shitty genetics, chronic illnesses, an excruciating slow metabolism. And I have also lipedema, which make me swell over the years, even if I train myself to exhaustion. I have zero chest, brown eyes, and I'm nothing special. There is literally nothing special about me, okay? I built my company, but I was having a hard time to make it profitable, so much that I had to combine 2 jobs at the time. I was running dozens of kilometers a week, and I'm still the worst of my friends. I used to be a shopaholic, and yet I didn't feel like I was particularly well dressed. And on top of that, despite all the efforts I made, I couldn't attract the kind of guy that I liked. And these guys were dating girls who seemed to have naturally and effortlessly everything I was fighting for without success. They were slim and pretty, they had a cooler lifestyle than mine, great job, and they have more class in jeans than I'd have with evening dresses. And I thought that it wasn't fair. I really said to myself, there are some people out there who are born with the right cards to play, and then there is me. And on top of that, I have ADHD. I was diagnosed 6 months ago, but I have lived with it forever. One of the specificities of ADHD is that our cognitive abilities cannot support our mental load. So without help and without accommodation, I simply did not have the mental capacities to pursue a career that requires time, endurance, and consistency. Another of the specificities of ADHD is also a strong inclination to compulsions and addictions. I just spent the last 35 years crafting my dream life with a brain in which there's simply no place to think about anything and zero willpower. And even then, I've been broke most of my life. My day is only 24 hours like everyone else, and I'm one of the people who wants everything. I want to be beautiful, I want to earn money, I want to have a man by my side who loves me and whom I love, and I want also a social life and staying close to my family, and I wanted all this without a dime, and I wanted it right now. So I spent my life looking for shortcuts. I procrastinate, I'm lazy, I'm not special, I love the genetic lottery, but I still wanted to stand out and be attractive and admired by the people I met. So, how do you do? I'm gonna give you the shortcut and save you some headaches to take your life to the next level without spending at least too much money nor putting in unnecessary efforts. Number 1, how to be quickly handsome. Before hitting the gym every day or blame yourself for metabolism, surprising enough, hitting the gym is an only small part of the process and the biggest part is really overlooked. In fact, 75% of your overall shapes comes from your diet, your sleep and your mental health. And a good-looking guy isn't always a hyper-dressed guy. He's above all things a guy who pays attention to the following points: his diet, his skincare, his silhouette, the harmony of the silhouette above all else, his teeth, and his hair. Focus on this, and wearing your clothes well will be much easier, and you'll be able to catch some attention even with a jean and a t-shirt. People made the best comment that anyone can give me in that case. Did you do something with your hair? There is something changed about you. It was gradual and subtle enough so it looked like myself, but blatant enough so people felt compelled to comment. And of course, I noticed that people who didn't know me were more receptive to me. And today I'm 35 years old and I have succeeded in looking younger and fresher than I did it 25 years. I already showed you the pictures. You don't want to see it again. You don't. I swear you don't. And once I did that, I moved on to the next step. Number 2, being dressed like a boss. The trap I don't want you to fall into is following fashion and trying to impress women with ostentatious size of wealth that you won't be able to afford. People who comes from money and are among the wealthiest classes of the population do not follow fashion. If they buy expensive watches or car, it's because they have the long-term means to take care of it in order to keep them as long as possible. Now they choose elegance over fashion and invest with items that will outlive trends. What you need in order to achieve a fancy look. First, colors that suits you. Second, a good fabric. Third, a good cut and some tailoring if needed. And fourth, some good accessories. Nice coat, nice shoes, nice scarves, potentially nice clutch or a nice bag, etc. Paradoxically, I spend a lot less money on clothes, but I get a lot more compliments on my outfit. First, my clothes did not look the same on me due to some body transformation of mine, but also I only buy a few items every year or two and people compliment me all years round. When I leave my house after getting ready, my self-confidence impacts my whole day. Number 3, a lifestyle that makes you feel rich. The first mistake people make is trying and accumulate material good in order to give themselves an impression of luxury. And it can seem counterintuitive, but decluttering is a very efficient step to feel expensive. Creating a bright, minimal environment is the best to give you an impression of space. Also, I firmly believe that cleaning your home space helps also to keep a clear mind. Another trick is coordinating your decorations at home. Curtains, bedspreads, sofa, rugs, etc. A very few decorative matching items will do the job, and getting less items will allow you to buy better ones. Another small thing that makes a difference: take care of the lights. You'd better have some small lights all around the room than a big chandelier on the top. Something that can seem hard in the beginning but also helps a lot. Don't be afraid to show up to fancy places that feel too much for you. I have a little pleasure. It's going to be on bars in the classiest hotel lobbies, and I spend my money there. I can work, I can also bring my students who join me here in Barcelona to such an extent that I have become a regular customer at certain places, and I have my little privileges there. Give me coffees, they leave me the best spots, etc. And I'd rather put €5 in a coffee in a luxurious hotel and bring my lunchbox in the office every day than treating myself with a kebab all the weekday and eat this said kebab in front of my computer at the office. And number 4, becoming admirable and unforgettable. Find an activity that obsesses you and take your time to get better. Put the work and put the hours. Yes, I am quoting The Rock right here. No one starts a new activity being good straight away. Being bad is unfortunately part of the process. I am so happy because I could have a passion that I cultivated from a very young age, writing. And I was lucky enough to start writing at an age when you don't know your sucks, because adults are just going to read you and say, "Oh honey, that's great, keep going." People need it the most. By doing that, you will be able to be called acknowledgeable in a field that matters for you. Very satisfying for your self-esteem and your ego. The most important is not becoming the best. You first should focus on becoming better than your previous self to begin with. My life advice would be, see what you can do to have the maximum positive impact in people's life, given what you have just explained to you, and then take actions. But then you will tell me, yeah, actually I'm already doing all that. I'm nice and helpful to everyone, and nobody does anything for me, and I become everyone's slave. You know what the difference between a guy who gets screwed over by everyone and a nice guy that everyone respects? The second put a condition to his kindness. This is my method, the one that allows me to be nice to people without being run over. I'm initially a little nice to everyone and I give small, easy services for free. And then I observe. I pay attention to those who say thank you, those who spontaneously do me a favor, those who are sorry for not being able to return their favor but who take the time to be grateful, and those who take advantage of my kindness and ask for more without ever giving me anything in return. And then I sort them out. I know who deserve my resources and my energy, and then I can save it from ungrateful people, or people who ask me for advice but don't really apply them, or people who do not respect my time, my money, or my energy. So of course, I also made radical and expensive decisions that had an incredible impact on my life. I left my country, I had liposuction, I left my job to start my own business, I became vegan, I got into sport, I learned 3 different languages, etc. But all the suggestions that I've just given you in this video are already a first step that will have a significant impact in your life and the way people will perceive you. And if you want to go any further, there is my coaching program. You can click on the link in the box below and book your first free session with me. You also find the said link in the pinned comment in the comment sections below. So I think this is all the time we have for today's video. You can take part of the conversation by giving your opinion in your comment sections below. And if you like this video, you can give it a like and subscribe to this channel for more content, tricks and tips to nail your level up journey. Alright, bye gentlemen, take care and I'll see you in the next one.